This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's tax season, and we're all a bit tired of numbers. But here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it. Guaranteed. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
Well, the gang's all here. What's up, everybody? It's ImmaLetYouFinish with your favorite two people in the universe, Court and Amy. We're back together again.
The Jalen and Josh of sitting down and not playing sports, but just talking, which is very similar to playing sports.
Well, before we get started, I would like to say a heartfelt thank you for Amy for holding down the fort while, I've been out. I know some of you know why I've been out. And I want to thank a ton of our listeners. I didn't answer a lot of messages back, but I want you all to know that I saw everything, I read everything, and all of your lovely messages to me really helped me through a very tough time. And I'm happy to be back. We have the best listeners in the world.
And can I tell you that I have people, Daisy, superfan Daisy Wake, sends her love. Ben Merlis, I talked to him yesterday. He sent yay. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you.
I know you haven't seen me. I feel like a different person.
Glasses.
You do have new glasses.
I have new glasses.
I feel like a different person. I am a different person. But here we are.
Is that going to is part of that different person going to be beneficial for me?
Probably.
Yay!
Probably.
But you're good. I'm glad back too because it was yes, and I'm glad to have done my part for talking to people. And thank you to the guests because really, honestly, if I tell you that I was like, "Hey, you want to be on a show?"
Right.
Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing in 5 minutes?
What are you doing in 5 minutes? Because
yeah. Do you have anything you want to talk about in 5 minutes? Cool. Bye. Click. So, and also thank you to the folks at BAM for hooking us up with guests, and Peter and Jeff Mao and all the stuff we talked about. And so, yay, we're back. And so now you get to be sick of us again.
So how was your trip? You just got back from a trip to London.
I went to London and I got out the day before Heathrow caught on fire.
Lucky you, because you might still be there.
There are worse places to be than Heathrow Airport or London. Though my flight was delayed so many times, it was getting to the point where I was like, just put me on anything. I don't even care anymore.
Right.
It was great. London is really, I've been there several times before. I'm assuming you have been to London. It's really one of the great cities because it's everything that's great about New York and then everything that's not great. It's just a beautiful city. There's a great vibe there. Of course, I was seeing friends, and you know how it is when you travel. If this were Brooklyn, New York, we'd be in bed by 8 if we could get away with it. But there, I'm like pushing myself and pushing myself. The weather was kind of meh, but who cares?
Well, that's London.
Yeah, it wasn't raining. It was just cold. It was like here. It was like here. Went to some great exhibitions. Saw the Lee Bowery show.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Maybe it'll come here. It really should, because there's such a big connection between.
Is it at the Victoria and Albert?
No, it's at the Tate Modern.
Oh.
Yeah, real money. Victoria and Albert has the Naomi Campbell exhibit. Which
Did you go to that? Did you not?
No.
You didn't go to the Naomi exhibit?
No, I'm not a gay man. No.
Do you have to be a gay man to go to the Naomi Campbell exhibit?
I really do.
You're like,
think so.
Because you see me, I'm like, but the clothes.
I know, and I'm like, but the admission fee. No, I went to the tape, and that was beautiful. And I think it could come to New York, because there's a huge section of it that definitely ties into his work with the people at Wigstock and stuff. And then I went to the National Portrait Gallery with our super fan Mark Painter, who's my former neighbor in Brooklyn, and an old friend, says that listening to us makes him feel great about New York and misses New York, and he knows all these things. He goes, well, Courtney said that time. I went, oh my God, you guys actually listen, because we don't listen to what we're saying
At all.
But they had an exhibit of all of The Face magazine.
Oh, I still have a couple of issues.
Yes,
yeah, I still
that's
have
what he was
issues
saying. Like, you know what? We do that. England, all right, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but England is the side of Rhode Island, so things, it's different. And then I went to our superfan Daisy Wake, works at a place called the Rock and Roll Public Library, which is actually a gallery called Farsight Gallery in the Soho district there, which is just steeped with history. The Rolling Stones recorded an album. We went to the studio, and it's all of Mick Jones from The Clash's memorabilia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. Not even all of it. Some of it. I mean, that's what's so crazy. And you walk in, all his albums are there, and clips, and so I went with my friend Petey, also super fan Petey, who doesn't understand who the Knicks are, but I did see a Knicks hat in a department store in London.
When you sent me that picture, I was like, we have crossed the pond with our Knicks. We have crossed the pond.
I tried to explain to the clerk there. I said, I cannot believe you have a Knicks hat. And he goes, why? I said, nobody has a Knicks hat for sale outside of the tri-state area. And he goes, well, maybe the owners are one of the people who owns like a Premier League team. I went, no, the owner's a douchebag who owns the Sphere. Yes. So it was great, and I went to Bath. I called it Bath. I was reminded many times it's Bath. Because fuck you.
Right, yeah.
Whatever.
Like, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
It's Bath, but all right.
It's Bath. It's all right. It's also Skimmerhorn, not Shimmerhorn.
And it's Nostrin, not Nostrin.
Yeah, and it's Houston, not Houston. And our Rocks Back Pages posse says to say hello to you.
Howdy.
And I bought lots of Cadbury chocolate, and it was great. It was always great going away, and it was fun. It was really fun, and I'm glad I went, and I have been jet lagged for 5 days. 5 days. Not 1 day. Because I got back at 2:00 in the morning on Thursday. I was supposed to get back at 10:00 Wednesday night, got back at 2:00 in the morning, and then had to teach a class at 9:30, which was online. Trust me, it was a very quick class. So I've been a little tired, but I'm glad to see you.
It's me. I'm really here. It's not an aberration.
And the thing, it's so funny though. Not funny, pathetic. Or I was in a museum and people hear me talk. They go, are you American? I'd go, yes. They go, we're so sorry for you.
I mean,
we're so sorry. I said, you're sorry for us. How do you think we feel? We're really sorry for us. So everyone is, you know how they used to joke? I have a new idea for a TV show. Tell me what you think about it. So you know how like 90 Day and Fiancé and all these stupid shows about foreigners coming here and getting their green cards? I think we need to do a reverse one where we go to other countries and see who people will marry us so we can stay in their countries.
Right.
Why not, right? Why not? All right, so lots of things to catch up on. Democracy died while you were gone, while we were
I
gone.
mean, well, yeah, I kind of, you know, life was depressing enough with the death of my mom. So what I definitely was not doing was watching the news. And it'd be funny, like just early in the morning, because going to work, I want to see what the weather is. Whenever they'd be like, and Donald Trump, I would just mute the television. I was like, I cannot deal with the fuckery of that, the lameness of the Democrats and Chuck Schumer. I'm just like, we are just all going to sit in a giant vat of shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You
know what the best part of I mean, it's
there's nothing else to even say.
I think Bernie and AOC will save us. I'm liking it.
Yeah, but like, where's the
Well, I mean, I'm very mad too. I'm liking that I didn't see the Kennedy Center honors because it hasn't aired yet, and it'll be on Netflix, and it'll be very interesting if Netflix runs the whole thing as is or whether they edit it. Because from what I understand, it was nonstop going after Trump, which is nice.
Which is why he's now taken over the whole thing, and now like it's just going to be like you should have. First, I'm looking at him like, you have real things to deal with. Why are you caring about the arts? Keep your hand off the arts.
He doesn't care about the arts. This is what dictators do. They're going to control. It's going to turn into like
controlling media, who are kowtowing, just everything.
I can't wait for the Scott Baio Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Right, and Kid Rock's Kennedy Center honor. But anyway,
well, you know what will show it? It won't. No network, the ratings for it will tank. No network's going to cover it if it's all.
Oh, please, they're all kissing the ring. You think they won't? They're all kissing the ring and kissing the ring.
Well,
so anyway, let's not. Speaking of kissing the ring, a person who we swore we would never fucking talk about on this show again.
We're going to do him first?
Well, since we're in hateful dumb shit, let's just get that over with.
All right. Yeah.
I really do think someone needs to explain to Kanye West, or whatever his name is this week, that Nazis don't like black people. You may love Nazis and you want to play with swastikas. They will shoot you in the head too. They don't love black people.
Here, I got newsflash for you. Kanye doesn't like black people.
Well, then there's that.
I mean, so, ergo, what does he care?
But I think he reached an all-new low when he talked what he said about Jay and Beyonce's kids.
Now, they haven't printed what it is because supposedly it's so offensive it shouldn't be printed. So
you don't know what he said?
No, I'm assuming it's something about paternity or something.
No, it's even worse than that. Oh, no. He said, "Do you want to know why you haven't seen Beyonce and Jay's two younger kids? Because they're fully the R word. That's why you haven't seen them."
Oh, God.
And it was just so vile. And it's like, first of all, you're supposed to be friends with these people.
Well, we used to be, not anymore.
What is wrong with you? Have children. Do you want anybody talking about your children? How dare you say something like that?
And it's like, sue him?
I mean, I would. I heard I heard one report saying they were thinking about looking at legal options. It's like, enough is enough. That's really crazy.
Yeah,
there's really some. Listen, and I don't want to hear people saying, "Oh, he's got issues." I'm sorry. Like, there comes a point where if you can publicly say some shit, I don't care what your issues are. It is what it is. You dealt this hand, and we'll see how it plays out. Because if you're bold enough to say shit like this, you deserve whatever comes at you.
Well, I mean, the thing is that, people, because I've interviewed him before, and people have always said, yes, he is mentally ill, or he says he's mentally ill. But I will agree that he is mentally ill. I know lots of mentally ill people. You know lots of mentally ill people. We are mentally ill people. All right. We have seen mentally ill people who stand on the corner and scream and say all sorts of things. Okay, I'm not taking that away. But fundamentally, the problem with Kanye is he's an asshole. That's what his problem is.
And
he's an asshole.
That is really the crux of the entire thing.
And there is no
you're a dick, actually.
You're a dick.
That's the issue.
There's no medication for that. I mean, I think he would be a dick and an asshole and an entitled dick asshole if he was medicated to the gills and had therapy every 5 minutes. If you're just not a good person, you're not a good person. And my feeling is that he's just not a good person.
At all.
That's it.
At all. And you know what? I 1000% agree with you. I do. It's like, you're not a good person. To do that kind of shit, you're not a good person. To have listen, everybody who knows me will 1000% tell you, I am so far from a prude. I don't mind nudity. I don't mind. There's so many things I just don't mind. But when I looked at the way he paraded his wife around, that never felt like that was her owning her sexuality. That looked like some man who was like, you're going to put this on and you're going to be naked. Now, if she decided to just be, this is who I am, I'm free, more power to you, sister. Do what you want. But I look at that man and I'm like, I don't know, I just think you're a dick. You just seem like not a great person. And when people still want to work with you and do albums with you, I'm looking at them, I'm like, why? Why are you fucking with this guy?
You know why? Because whether we like it or not, his audience doesn't remember what he did 2 years ago. I'm being very serious.
Right.
There's always a new generation of people who are not going to remember what he did, and he sells records. And that's all it comes down to. He sells records. But yeah, I would sue if I were him. I mean, not him. I would sue if I were Jay and Beyonce. Why not? Why not? They got nothing to lose. I mean, they literally
and we know they're litigious.
And not only that, they have endless funds. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a good way of... I hear honking in my ears. What's going on?
New York City outside.
Oh.
And that horn is so loud. Every window is closed in here.
Okay, because I was going to say, I'm hearing
and I have noise cancellation on. That's how loud that honking is outside.
I was like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, he's just a dick, and that's it, I mean, we can make, it's like sort of trying to make an excuse for your boyfriend. Well, no, he's just a jerk. He's a jerk. He's always been a jerk. When I interviewed him a gazillion years ago, he was a jerk. I wanted to punch him.
Everybody I know who interviewed him came back
you want to punch him. They want to punch him.
They were like, he was just a piece of fucking work.
He's a piece of work. He wouldn't even look at me. He wouldn't look at me. He did half of the interview in profile. But anyway, so fuck him. All right. So the Biggie estate, the Christopher Wallace estate, Primary Waves was like is it a publishing company? What is Primary Waves exactly?
I guess they're a publishing company. They've been buying up a lot of catalogs and they're monetizing them. So like a lot of these big deals that we keep hearing is Primary Waves. So they're buying up the rights now and name, image of and likeness and selling and repackaging the music and doing the deals. So the Biggie estate sold 50%.
Okay, who's got the other 50s? The family still.
The family, the estate. So I guess for his kids. And because the mother was working on it, so she knew about the deal and was signed off before she passed away. Right. So I'm assuming now the daughter will probably
and son.
Yeah, will probably be.
He's that's. Oh, look, the balloons are going up again. Mm-hmm. That's it. He was never married. Or he was married.
Well, he was to Faith.
But that's long gone,
Except I want to say they were married still when he died. I don't think they were actually divorced. Divorced? But I don't think she's part of their estate.
But the thing is, then she got remarried, so you don't get to claim you have to trade in your Biggie money for your Stevie J money. Mm-hmm. Discuss. Yeah. God, there's a woman who should have had a much bigger career. She's a great singer, Faith.
Anyway, great songwriter.
Yeah, great songwriter. Anyway, so, I mean, there's always this... Look, he's not around to make any more money as an artist, right? So, I mean, not to be flip about it, he's obviously cannot generate income on his own. I have to imagine that his family was not left with a tremendous amount of money. I mean, obviously more money than you and I have, but Puffy took a big chunk of that money,
Well, from what I heard, though, with the Biggie situation, his deal was always different.
Okay.
His deal, and that estate went from a couple of million when he died to being valued at over $200 million today when the deal has gone through.
Is that because of post-death sales?
Post-death albums and the name, image, and likeness of him. So, I don't know how I feel about everybody selling their publishing away.
Right.
When I saw the numbers 50%, I'm like, okay, I mean, that will always keep money coming in. And because I feel like something should be generational if it can. You know?
For sure.
And it's like publishing is the thing that will be generational. That will always go on.
No, and that's the biggest money maker.
That's the money maker. You know what I mean? That's the money maker. So let's see what they'll do.
But does Puffy? Because there was always the thing about Every Breath You Take that Biggie's never got any money because he paid Sting. He had to pay Sting 100% of the royalties.
Because they put that song out and didn't get it.
It was such a. But what I'm saying about Puffy is that does Puffy have co-write on any of this stuff, or is it just Biggie?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have to imagine Puffy being Puffy somehow got co-writer. He certainly had production. But
he could try, but the Biggie situation was really different. I feel like what he could pull with everybody else, I don't know if he really pulled it the same way with him.
Yeah.
There's always that one who's going to be like, not today.
Not today. Yeah, not today. No, but look, I have, we all have weirdness about the idea of seeing like Biggie beer or Biggie burgers or, like what the Basquiat family has done.
I was about to say, because I am surprised there's not a Basquiat burger at McDonald's deal because they have sold that man's name, licensed it to
to
everything.
To license an addict's name to a liquor company. Why don't we just have Basquiat syringes and just cut to the chase, There were children involved, and I have to be, even though they're not kids, I have to imagine that his son has got to be like 25 by now.
Or older.
Yeah.
Because how long has Biggie been gone at this point?
98? 98,
right?
I think. Yeah, 98.
So definitely in the 20s. Both of them should be in their
I have no problem with the kids being taken care of.
Yeah.
The mom, he didn't have any other siblings. The mom passed. The dad was nowhere. I interviewed her once, Valletta Wallace, and they were still trying to. This is when they were trying to bring whoever killed him. I have no problem with it as long as Puffy doesn't get a cut of it. I don't like the commercialization.
And this is his estate. I don't think this has anything to do with Puff. Yeah.
Yeah, no. as long as it's not ridiculously commercialized. But you know what? If it is, it is. What isn't these days at this point?
That part. That part.
It's like we're fighting an uphill battle. No, I don't want any corporate tie-ins.
Right.
With a multi-platinum artist who was on a corporate label. So.
That part again.
I'm making a lot of parts here. Oh my God. All right. Okay. I'm not even going to ask you to explain crypto to me because I will never understand it. It's like algebra. You can explain it to me 100 goddamn times. I'm still going to go, what do you mean A equals Y? That makes no sense to me. So some guy with a really, really inappropriate name, Joseph Strange, that's just not a good name to have if you're going to be a thief, right?
Or actually the perfect name. Like if somebody comes up to you with that name, you're like, I know, let me give you some money.
So he was an engineer for Eminem's studio. So for what is this? Just for Eminem.
In Detroit, like he was one of his employees.
Yeah, because Eminem has Shady. I have to imagine it was for Shady Studios. I'm just going to give it that name because that just sounds like that would make sense. And he, over the course of a couple of years, stole a lot of tracks, unfinished and finished tracks, just stuff that Eminem had never put out. Here's the part that's really crazy. First off, 50,000? Like, really? That seems like nothing to sell. Am I being very cynical?
No.
It seems like nothing. 50,000 is like
it just adds to the stupidity of the whole thing.
Right. It's like these criminals are not smart. And 50,000 in crypto. So it's not even.
He probably thought it wasn't traceable.
Oh, is that what it is?
He probably thought, because crypto is so it's in the ether.
That's true. It's fake money. You know what Al Diaz and I said NFT stands for? Not fucking there.
Right. Which is how we saw it happen with Sam Bankman-Friedman, that dude,
Right.
and all the scam of that, and all those people who were taking their money in crypto and then lost all of that money, and it's...
And I'm like, what? It's like it's like Monopoly money for rich people.
So it's
but
like
anyway,
Eminem is your boss, you're leaking his music, and you think you're not going to get caught at some point?
Well, okay, criminals or not, you're either a criminal mastermind
or an idiot. It's
there
true.
doesn't seem to be a middle ground with criminals.
It's either you are a
the guy
mastermind.
who can pull off the greatest bank heist of all time, or you're like a guy I went to high school with who robbed a luncheonette, but then decided to stay and make himself a grilled cheese sandwich and was drunk and fell asleep, and the place caught, and he burnt the grilled cheese, and the fire department had to come to put out the fire. So that's the two types of criminality we have.
Did that actually happen?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, of course it did.
He broke in.
To steal money, I'm assuming.
But decided in the middle of the thievery, oh, I'm hungry.
Well, it was after hours. It was after hours.
Let me make myself...
a grilled cheese sandwich. And I should add...
and then fell asleep?
Listen, as if it needs saying, he was high or drunk.
Clearly,
I mean, I was going to say, I shouldn't even have to add that part of it. But yes, he fell asleep. I can even envision him in my mind now. He was very cute, if I remember correctly. He was older than me. He was one of the older guys. Fell asleep in the luncheonette, grilled cheese sandwich or tuna melt or a hamburger, perhaps. And that's how they caught him. So that's the kind of kids, if you're going to do crime, don't get high, make a grilled cheese sandwich, and fall asleep in the luncheonette.
And you know what? We're going to take a commercial break right there, because I need to pick my face up from off the motherfucking floor. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, onabotulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
And we're back. And now I want a grilled cheese.
Can I tell you something? Whenever I go to a diner, the one thing I always order, because for some reason it's something you'd think we could make it at home, but we can't.
Oh no, I can make a killer grilled cheese.
Right, but there's something about a diner grilled cheese with tomato on it.
I have absolutely been known when I go to a diner. I wish we had more diners in New York. A lot of them have closed down. To get a grilled cheese deluxe. Absolutely. Or I would get a bacon grilled cheese deluxe.
Yeah, or
so good.
Nobody ever makes a tuna melt at home.
Yeah.
Have you ever made tuna melt
at home? I don't
eat
seafood, so no, I wouldn't make one.
Yeah, it's chicken. It's chicken. That's tuna. What are you talking about? It's chicken.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, Okay, so first off, I didn't know that Little Simz was managed or produced or anything with the guys from Salt.
Neither
So that
did
was
I.
that was my first fun fact. Secondly, I was asking my friends in England, like Salt. Nobody knows who these people are. Like they're invisible.
Well, we know we know Cleo Soul is part of it's a collective.
is she? Oh,
she
is
is,
she?
yes.
Oh.
It's a collective of people who kind of come in and out.
And stuff like that. But, you can't buy their records because they're sort of like NFTs. They sort of appear and then they disappear. Anyway, Little Simz, who we love. We love Little Simz, right? She's suing one of the guys. Now, is he her manager or her producer?
I don't know, but he's like the head of the Salt Collective, and I think they work together in some capacity.
Well,
and
he's screwed out of money. It's a lot of money.
Like $2 million, she's saying.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And this is not an artist, she's great. She's critically acclaimed, but she's not on a major label. She's on a very small label. Her last U.S. tour had to be canceled because of lack of tour support. So this is not
like she decided not to come to America because of how expensive it, which you're starting to hear from a lot of bands on just how expensive it is to tour. And it's
also, and also in terms of the visa issues, that's already becoming.
But even the artists who are coming here, it's like they will tell you, I just came off a tour where I played all these theaters and small venues and they were sold out. And I've either just broken even or I'm in the red because of how much it costs. You have to have per diem for your band, how much the travel is, even if you're traveling on the road. Everybody has to stay in hotels and that becomes really expensive.
And European bands, they don't, again, we keep saying this, United States is massive. England is tiny. You can go through all of England in like a day. You could drive through England. Anyway, she's suing this guy for I think she's suing him for $1.7 million or something. He owes her a lot of money. She can't pay her taxes. So, I don't know.
Okay, so it is. She's paid. She has failed to repay a loan. That he has failed to repay a loan of $1.7 million from 2023. Little Simz is suing her former producer Inflow, aka Dean Cover of Music Collective Salt, for allegedly failing to pay a loan of $1.7 million, including $1 million to cover Salt's only live show to date.
They've only played one live show?
Yeah.
In England, I'm assuming.
And I remember when it happened, it was a big deal.
I'm sure it was, yeah. Anyway, so...
They say that alleging that Inflow held on to loans for more than a year and that his company provided improper accounting to her for funds that Sony supplied to cover the recording of her record.
Yeah, well, we really do like her. So obviously I don't want to see anybody get ripped off. But this would be really shitty, especially in a scene that is so small. Yeah. Like that. And she really, I really feel like with the success of Doechii, this is the time for Little Simz who could really, really make it in this country. Except that, not as big as Doechii because she's still English and we don't get it, but I think she's just so good, and it's just, I'm just bummed that she didn't tour because I would have loved to have seen her.
Well, she has she's done some spot dates here, like on festivals, and she has a Meltdown festival overseas that she's helming, that she's signing all these people to perform at. So that's the thing in the U.S., it's become so expensive and hard for bands, even local bands who are from here, to do these shows. Like the cost is really becoming cost prohibitive to do these tours. It's kind of crazy.
And the tariffs are going to make it even harder.
It's going to make it really hard.
Yeah, so we are rooting. Speaking of tours and Meltdown and England, guess what girl duo that you love are getting back together and playing in May in England?
Well, that would be Everything But the Girl.
No, girl group.
This
is not a segue into that. No,
a
girl group. No, they're already together.
Daphne and Celeste. That's a mess. We love them though. That's going to be crazy. But I love them.
I saw their poster in the tube, and I took
Did
a
you
picture.
really?
Yes.
I saw the Sugar Babes poster you sent me.
Yeah,
You didn't
I
send
sent
me.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the lineup. It was like a 9 million. Yeah, they're playing. I'm very excited, and I'll tell you, I listened to their last record, and it's really, really good. So you know, either Daphne or Celeste, I don't know which one she is, does live like 10 floors down from me, and lent me her luggage to go to London, and she wants to do the show. I mean, I would love, but yes, Daphne and Celeste, and it's like a big deal over there. People are very excited. So I think
because they probably haven't seen them in years.
And they're very excited.
And they had bops. They had a couple of cute bops.
Yes,
you know?
and their last record was really, really. Anyway, so Daphne and Celeste, just let me know. Say the
I
word,
love
and we
that.
can have them. All right, let's talk about everything about the girl, and then we'll talk about adolescence. Because since you thought it's everything but the girl, this was everything but including two girls. And I have to say, I'm looking at the Sugar Babes poster, going, I don't know which one of these bitches is Sugar. I don't know which one of these bitches is Babe. But who do I know that wants a picture of this? That would be Courtney.
Well, it's the original lineup. It's Keisha.
Is it?
That's
Is it?
Keisha, Mutia, and Shaban. Yes, that is the original lineup who are back together.
Speaking of
and they have a
girl
new
groups-
single, Jungle, that I love. It's great.
Speaking of girl groups, and then we'll go back to everything but the girl. Did you know that Candy Burris is one of the producers on Othello on Broadway?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ!
And
that woman is smart.
she also was one of the producers on The Piano Lesson. Like that's how latest thing her and Todd, they've been producing. This is like their fourth Broadway show they produced. She was also one of the producers on The Wiz and something else.
She's a smart cookie, that one.
Mm-hmm.
She is between that and Ed Sheeran having to write her a check every 10 years, you know, she'll do so much. Yeah, she was always my favorite one on that show anyway. I loved her. Except for by Sheree, of course, because she was the only one who had any actual
She by
talent.
Sheree is iconic and legendary. She just is.
Whatever happened to Dwight?
Miss Thing, Dwight is still around. He still owns his hair salon, and he is still being very fabulous in Dwight. I mean, the fact that he has the line, to me, of all lines, I mean, who has a fashion show with no fashions? How dreadful.
I know. It's just, it is really one of the greatest lines. It basically sums up our world, you know? Yeah, all right.
I need Prime Nene Leaks back, because shit saying like, Kim is a low down monkey in a wig. It's like,
oh, that was so good.
How did you even think of that? Like, how did you think of that?
Well, but I really think. What do you mean? You work with somebody who thinks of stupid shit like that? I'm telling you.
Even you haven't come up with low down monkey in a wig.
Yeah, well, I do love throwing monkey into any reference.
You say monkey ass. You say your monkey ass.
I do enjoy monkey ass. But I would like to say that I don't know whether New Face Nene is capable of the same drama as Old Face Nene, because close your legs to married men. Mm-hmm. New Face Nene can't get away with that.
Bye, wig. It's like, what?
I will say, we are so off topic, but that's okay. Yeah, I will say that when the Real Housewives, because I used to watch all of them, now I don't watch any of them.
Yeah, I used to watch all of them, now I don't watch any of them either.
When Real Housewives of Atlanta started, if you wanted to be a white girl who could pull a black card, if you were watching that one, then it was like, barbecue, cookout, come on down. Yeah, oh my God, that first season, those first two seasons, oh my God.
Good.
So good with her husband, and they were always redecorating homes. All these women did was redecorate all the time.
We see them when everybody has their own hair and do their own makeup on season 1. Then we see it up on season 2. But then by season 3, everybody's answering their door at 1:00 in the afternoon in a gown. It's like,
and
are you walking around the house with a full beat in a gown?
Right. Sheree was married to a football player, and then there was somebody on the show who was married to Eric Snow, a basketball player too, right?
Deshaun Snow, that's the first one. And then he divorced her as soon as the first season. She didn't get asked back for the second season, and he divorced her and married someone else.
I know, it's fantastic. It was so freaking fantastic. Oh, I just want to say one more thing about England, and then we'll move on to everything. You know what is a really interesting thing I noticed about London? Mm-hmm. Women my age are not invisible. young boys flirt with you, not in a creepy weird way, but they maybe it's because they say love all the time. How you doing, love? But like, and women don't walk around looking with like duck lips. They look relatively normal, and I just wanted to say that. All right, everything but the girl. You're very excited.
Let me just tell you something. First of all, you know I love them.
Yes.
I love them. I love all stages and phases of them. I discovered them from their, I want to say it's their second album, Baby the Stars Shine Bright and Baby Come Home, and their folky era. They are doing 2 shows in the UK.
Okay.
And they're like, if these shows go well, we plan on doing more. You know they're going to go well.
I'm going to say if these shows go well.
That's
like saying, I'm 9 months pregnant. If I have the baby, perhaps I will feed him. Of course they're going to go well.
They're going to go. I love that they're like, it's going to be folk-tronica. They're like, so don't expect big. They're like, don't expect big club bangers, but we're going to do things from the entirety of our career. And I'm really excited for that because once those shows go well, and they will, they will have, if they do more shows, they will do a New York show.
Oh,
and
of course.
I also love how they sold the tickets, which sold out immediately.
Right.
They sent out to their mailing list.
Okay.
That's how they sold. They didn't put them on like a Ticketmaster or something, and those are how people got to buy tickets. So you got the real fans able to buy tickets.
So are the shows in London? Are they in London?
Yes, they're in London. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and where are they playing? Like a big venue?
It's like it's like a club, like a small size venue, small size venue.
So that's
it's going to be a fucking amazing 2 nights.
Are they doing festivals? They'll probably do festivals.
No, they have a name. I don't know if they'll do festivals. I don't, and they probably don't need to do festivals. I see them doing it the way they want to be doing them.
Well, I think that, I think that a lot of, look, music is so cyclical, and we talk about the bad side of streaming, but the good side of streaming is that all this stuff is constantly being reintroduced or introduced to a new audience. Yep. So why not come back now and maybe make, they're artists, they want to perform, their kids are grown, they can get out of the house. Why not make some money too? I mean,
part.
All right, now they recorded an album like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, Fused, which made our end of the year, made my list of top albums.
They
haven't said anything about recording, but they're the type of group that will announce a record and have it be like the singles dropping and da 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 da.
Yeah, they'll just kind of do it. I think that's cool. I think that's very cool. I mean, I'm going to assume they're going to play, New York, LA, San Francisco. Chicago. Yeah.
From your lips to God's ears, please let it happen.
But good for them. I like that. I like people just kind of doing it for the love of the game. You know what I mean?
Who are really talented, have a full catalog. That would be great to hear some of those songs again.
What happened? Now, the Massive Attack tour, that got postponed or canceled. Is it back on or no?
We haven't heard anything. I think somebody in the band might have been having like a medical situation.
There was something.
Yeah.
But they also will only tour under certain, not restrictions. Yeah, restrictions. They will not play certain kind of venues because they're very committed to keeping things environmentally. So they are kind of doing it as carbon neutral as you possibly can with touring. So
I'm glad I've gotten to see them. There's some people that I need to see a million times, and there's some people, if I've seen them once, I'm good. I saw Barbra Streisand, and it was so perfect, and she sang everything. I felt like I don't ever need to see you again. I got everything I needed. Massive Attack, I saw them
at Radio City.
No, I saw them years ago. I saw them. It was
the Beacon.
It was around. I think it was either the late 90s or the very early 2000s at the Cameo in Miami Beach.
Oh, so like a seminar, like you were. It was like.
Well, I was down there for Winter Music Conference, and they were playing around the same time, and I went and saw them there, and that was during the album with Liz Fraser when they were singing Teardrop, it was just that show was fucking.
I would love to have seen them, but they tour so
Seldomly,
sporadically.
yeah.
I mean, they, they tour very, very sporadically. So I don't hold out any hope. They don't even play that much in England. I don't think they have to either. I mean,
Are you going to go to the Cowboy Carter tour? There are 5 nights at the MetLife Stadium. If you'd like to cough up a lung and sell a grandkid for tickets,
I'd have to sell poor little baby Enzo, and I think he would be very upset by that.
Enzo's getting so big. It's so crazy how big he's getting.
I know. I haven't seen him.
It's gone so fast.
He can count to 32.
It's really going fast.
No, he's big. I know.
Yeah.
I bought him. I got him a giant Cadbury Easter egg. The ones
nice.
in London have those. I haven't seen him yet because I came back and I've been sleeping for the past. And he has a very active social life, as you know. But yeah, I will go to any show. If someone hands me tickets, I will go to a show. And that's all I have to say about that. You want to hear something really interesting, and then I will talk about what I want to talk about, and then we'll talk about the next. So I'm out with these people, England, blah blah. They don't know Bad Bunny from a can of paint over there.
Really?
He has no presence. I mean, music people know him. There's no Spanish-speaking audience in England.
Interesting.
I mean, they know the name, but if you say to them, he's the biggest selling artist in the United States, they're like, have you seen those Calvin Klein ads? Yeah. What do you think?
I was just like, okay, I don't know. I know so many people are like, oh my God. I was just like, all right.
No, I don't find him hot in that way.
No.
To me, his hotness, he's actually kind of goofy looking.
Yeah, I just, it didn't, I didn't look at it and be like, oh, wow, lustful. It was okay.
Like Dickalicious,
what I mean? None of that. And, it's not like when Mikael Brooks was there and I thought, wow, he looks fucking hot in his Calvin ass. It was very smoldering. This looked like somebody's cousin. You caught someone's cousin in their panties.
I mean, he's definitely been working out, but no, I mean, but yeah, it was just funny because we were talking about music and Bad Bunny, and they're like, they know this last record. They couldn't name any of his. I said I couldn't name any of his hits, but I said, really, he has no. You don't hear that anywhere. I mean, you don't hear people talking about him. I mean, but if you go to Spain or Italy or anyplace else, he's big. All right, so I wanted to talk about, I guess we can talk about what we're listening to, and we'll talk about the next. So have you seen this show, Adolescence, yet?
I keep hearing about it. I haven't I haven't watched anything. No, I have to be honest with you. I have not watched anything, yeah.
All right, so I don't have Netflix. When I was in London, my friend Petey, who admittedly does not like dramas, she said as much, but she said she figured I would probably really like this. And we sat down and watched the first 2 episodes. And then the next day watched the second 2 episodes. And there was utter silence for 4 hours. It is, I mean, most people have seen it's the #1 show worldwide on Netflix. It is an absolutely extraordinary show.
And it has some sort of twist at the end, right? Or something? Isn't there like a...
kind of, not really. I mean, that I'm not giving the kid, it's about a kid who kills another kid, and this 5 minutes into the show.
Right.
The thing that's making the news is that it was all shot in one take. It's 4 episodes. There's no edits. There's no nothing. So Ashley Waters, who was Deshawn in Top Boy, plays a cop. And then Stephen Graham wrote it, co-produced it, and stars in it. And Stephen Graham can do no wrong. I mean, he's done 3 shows in a row now that are just like... But it's a really stunning show. And my friend Petey, hi Petey, was saying that they should show this in high schools because it's about this whole Andrew Tate incel bullshit. Which is really disturbing because I have students who go, oh, yeah, Andrew Tate, yeah, I listened to him. And I'm like, they're like, you don't like him? I'm like, why would I like Andrew Tate? Like, what exactly about a rapist, child pornographer, human trafficker would you think would appeal to me? But anyway, Adolescence, I'm sure most people have watched it, but it is really, really quite brilliant. All right, so I was... trying to convince people overseas that so I know Jalen's still out, right?
He's still out.
But we're still in third
He's been
place.
practicing a little. Yeah, but we've been so up and down. We've been losing games. Like, I don't think we have what it takes for a full postseason run. They still are missing pieces. And I do think we're missing the toughness of, like, DiVincenzo. You know what I mean? And even Julius Randle, we are missing those pieces. We just don't have it. Our defense is terrible.
Defense, you were always very down on Julius Randle because he could be messy. I mean, I loved him too. DiVincenzo, I think, was the biggest loss.
Yeah, but I didn't realize how much we really needed him until I'm just watching this season. It's like our defense is sorely lacking, and we're not beating the top teams in this league. So it's like if the Knicks really want to make a full run, there's some more things that have to come into play here.
Yeah.
No, we don't have a team that could go all the way.
No, and also, I mean, beating the Celtics at this point, or beating, who's above the Celtics? Cavaliers.
We're not beating the Celtics. We're not beating the Cavs. We're not beating OKC. You know, these are teams, like, if we want to do it, we got to be able to beat them.
I know. It's
Golden State just beat us. The Lakers beat us. Like,
right. I just, DiVincenzo, because he just had that heart, man. He was for a non-New Yorker, he was such a fucking New Yorker, man. That I can replay that game where he was just like, fuck you. And the NCAA, it's too much basketball, too much going on. I don't know what's going on. I
don't watch. You know what's so funny? As much as I love sports, I'm not a college sports person. I don't watch any college. I don't watch college football. I don't watch college basketball. I don't watch I don't watch collge sports.
Yeah, college basketball can be fun, but it has to come down to 4 people. I'm bummed that St. John's isn't in it because that would have been a nice nostalgic moment to have St. John's in it. UConn girls, the women's team look like they're going to win, and it gets boring when they win every single year. Not boring for them, obviously, or for Enzo, since his mother's from Connecticut and he does the wolf thing, which is it a wolf? What is it? A wolf? A wolverine? A husky? What is it? What is the animal?
I have no idea.
Oh, guess what I saw in London? Walking down the street like it didn't have a care.
Piazzadora.
A fox.
They do have foxes running around.
Walking around like it did, like hum-dee-dum-dum-dum. I thought it was a dog, and they were like, no, there's foxes everywhere. And I went, that is bananas to me. All right. So what have you been listening to?
You know, it's really interesting because music has been really soothing for me during this period, but it's not been anything in particular. I'll just randomly want to hear something and just put it on, and it's usually been kind of soothing. I will say, out of the new music, I really do like Lady Gaga's album, and I've been playing that a lot. And then randomly, thank you, Raquel, my girlfriend Raquel.
Hi, Raquel.
Sent me the Grease 2 soundtrack because she knows I love that shit. And I've been playing the Grease 2 soundtrack.
I have been missing this kind of what the fuck, okay?
Grease 2. Do. Part 2.
Not 1.
I want a cool rider. A cool rider.
Michelle
if he's cool enough, he can burn me through and through. Whoa, if it takes forever, then I'll wait forever. No ordinary boy is gonna do. I want a rider that's cool. Horrible. I love it.
Horrible. It is horrible.
Love it.
Your love for really shitty music is actually internationally known now. Wait. People go, does Courtney really listen to that stuff? I go, why, yes, he does.
Not only does he listen to it, he listens to it shamelessly, kids.
Oh,
shamelessly.
This cannot be guilty pleasure, this shit. You have to flat out say, I am listening to it. Well, I've just been like, I don't know. I haven't really, I guess because I was in London and also because I'm teaching my little punk rock class. Well, first of all, I was listening to a lot of David Johansen's solo material, just because I'm still very sad about that. And then I was listening to London Calling. I haven't listened to London Calling in forever because I've always been I've always really liked that record, but on the other hand, gone, is this overrated? Is it not? But the band that everybody kept talking to me about over there, and you probably know who they are, is Ezra Collective.
Oh yeah, they're great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they are like the band. Like
Yeah,
we were
they're
down
great.
in Soho, and there was like a big display, like a digital display of them on the Brit Awards, because you turn on the radio there. It's probably satellite radio, I'm sure, but it's Giles Peterson is still going. He was supposed to sign them and didn't, and signed another band. But there's something, that kind of music works in London. It never quite, maybe because London is not as mental as New York. I mean, but it's very much that vibe of Giant Step, that whole. So I've been listening to that, and then that's pretty much it. All right. You want to take us out? Take us out. Take me out.
It feels so good to be home. We love you. I love you. Thank you again, everybody who really sort of reached out to me. It really filled my heart, and I absolutely appreciate it. And again, thank you to Amy, because I was supposed to come back to the show last week, and just mentally I couldn't do it, and I called her at the last minute, because normally I was giving her a heads up, being like, I need you to get a guest. It was the last minute, and I was like, I can't do it.
So I asked my mailman to do it.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
It was amazing. Amazing.
You know what it is. We're on the Pantheon Network, kids, where we have music shows, sports shows. We have everything. There's so much going on. So check us out at Pantheon Podcasts and all the amazing other shows that are there. You know where we are every week. Thank you guys for, still commenting on our Facebook and all the other stuff.
Yeah,
and we will be back next week. Toodles.